परमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं रामे चित्तलयस्सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन उन्नम इति अथ श्री महेश्वर सूत्राणि अय्युण् रुलृक् एओङ् अय्यौच् हयवरट् लण् ञमङणनं झबञ् घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छ छ थ छ ठ चव कपै शशसर हल इति महेश्वर सूत्राणि. From the last class, I think Anuji informed me, I may have made a mistake in the last class. We are talking about this Queen Pratyaha. I don't know what I said in the class, but at this step, when we have the Anu, just to refresh your memory, look at the this one, it was a prior shloka. Let me get there so you can see. We're talking about Anu Anch. In the Pratya there was Queen, which I mentioned, but I think I may have given the wrong number. I may have given the wrong number at that time. It is because in the Queen Pratyaha we have Halantyam, the Nakarasit Sanya, that Paschad Upadeshya Junanasika It, iti Ikarasya It Sanya. And then after that I should have said Vera Pruktasya, which is 6167. I think I may have said by mistake 6166. So I have corrected the document now. Please make a note of that. I'm talking about this one. We're looking at the Anupadam, which was Vyakshyatam as Anvak. So we're looking at that, and then by mistake, I think I may have said, I hope I get the right sutra name, so it should be Vera Pruktasya. That's 6167. I think I put 6166 in the document. In either case, it should be 6167. Vera Pruktasya. Say that if you have a Aprukta Vakaraha, Aprukta Ekal Pratyaha, single Vakaraha is remaining behind, then that also takes Lopaha. This is one sutram which is not, it doesn't have It Sanya as such, but so this sutram is 6.1, 6167. So Pratyas like, Quip, Quin, which, these are the places where that when the wa remains behind alone, it takes Lopaha. It has to be Aprukta, but otherwise no. If you have Pratyaya like Vatup, for example, there the wa is not going to take Lopaha, it is not Aprukta. And secondly, it has to be the Vakara of Vi, because Vehe in the Sutram Pani says Vera Pruktasya. Interesting way to say that, because Vehe is a Shashti of Vi, but it says Apruktasya. So it should be the Vakara of Vi, which should be Aprukta. So that's what the meaning of that. And Anuvritti of Lopa is coming down. So anyway, please correct that. I don't know. I think I hope I get the right sutra by name, but the number is 6167 Vera Pruktasya. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Today is July 22nd. So we're looking at that verse. I think we started that verse, and let's try to complete that today and move on. So let me just put the date today. Dinanka Sthapanam. Okay, so today is July 22nd. Okay. Okay. So let's see which where we are. We are here. Okay. So the unfortunate you have to see on 2 pages. The verse was that Tam Nyamantrayat Samvrita Katur Maithilaha Sa Mithilam Rajan Vashi Raghuvamsham Ninaya Bibhratau Tadhanushravanajam Kutuhalam. One more time. Tan Nyamantrayat Samvrita Katur Maithilaha Sa Mithilam Rajan Vashi Raghuvamsham Ninaya Bibhratau Tadhanushravanajam Kutuhalam. Okay. So the simple thing there two. First thing, let's do the Padacheda, which I think we did last time also. Is Tam Nyamantrayata Samvrita Kratuhu Maithilaha Saha Mithilam Rajan Vashi Raghuvau Api Ninaya Bibhratau Tadhanushravanajam is Samastapadam. That's a compound. kutuhalam. Let's qualify in kutuhalam. So there are two tinganta forms over here, which is nyamantrayata and then ninaya. These two forms, nyamantrayata and ninaya. Of course, nyamantrayata is a simple lang lakaraha, dhatu mantra, so mantrayati. Look at the aya in that. That's the tip off. The nich pratyaya is in this, a causative form. It could be 10th gana. So nyamantra. So mantra is to also to nimantra is to invite. So nyamantrayata means saha maithilaha nyamantrayata. So the Janaka Raja, he invited tam risham. So nyamantrayata. If you want to inaugurate a document here, it will be. We do it last time? No, I thought we did it last time. Okay, let's do it now. It is ni, which is a pruthak padam because it's upasarga. It doesn't contribute to the thing and the prakriya. Also, one thing to remember is keep the upasarga separate. It's a pruthak padam. It's a separate item. It will not be a part of the thing and the prakriya. So ni, and then there is adagamaha by the lung lang lung shwadataha. So in these three lakaras, lung, lung, and the lung, you get the ad agama. And because of adyanta takito, it comes to the beginning. So and dhatu is mantra and mantra. And then we have the. In fact, before doing that, what we should do is we should take the mantra and put the niche behind that mantra and put niche, because that's anytime you have to use a dhatu, the churadi gana, or if you want to use hetumati, dhatu of any gana in the causative sense, then first thing you have to do is put the pratyaya niche over there, niche. Of course, in the niche we see the halantyam and chutu. So only the ikara avashishyate. So niche means only e. And here there is no question of doing any guna vriddhi because the upadha is the nakara. Is actually the upadha is the takara. So there is no possibility of, it's not an ach. So no question of doing any guna vriddhi. So simply join and we get the form mantri. So this is a new dhatu by the Sutram Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. So anytime you form any derived dhatu, what's called as, you can call it Sadhita Dhatu, derived dhatu. In that case, they require a new dhatu sanya because the original dhatu was mantra, but now you have a new form, mantri, so which has a niche at the end. So you cannot use that and start using any of the sutra of the dhatu or the karaha because of the vyavadhanam by the niche. The niche is in between there. So all these sutras to form derived dhatus come the beginning of 3.1. From 315 from the sun pratyaya up to 3131 are these derived forms, and 3132 starts sanadyanta dhatavaha, gives them a dhatu sanya. So, okay, now which one are we using? We have the choice of using the 25, which is churadibhyo nich or hetumaticha. What we can do is we can go to the dictionary and see, I think this is a 10th kana dhatu, but we'll double check that. Let's see if we can type in mantra. Okay, and let's see what we can find. Yeah, I haven't used the dictionary. I should use it more often. This is online dictionary, is very nice. You just type in Devanagari and get the meaning. So it's a first kana mantrayate, sometimes mantrayati, to consult, to ponder, okay, to speak, to this thing. So
there is also a 10th gana, I think, because
why only one? Only this one is coming up right now. Only one. He says mantrayate, mantrayati. Is there a typo in this one?
probably instead of 10, it's a typo. It has 1 probably. That's also possible.
Maybe this online edition has a couple of typos. Let me see in the one which I have. So this has been pretty good edition. This online is really nice. Not that many errors at all. but for some reason this one is giving us Kartika. It will not give the form mantrayate mantrayati. It's first kana. So let's see in the printed edition. It's a typo here. So okay, so I guess the online one has some problems, but it should be 10th kana, not first kana. So it is in the Churadi kana. It is there. So this should be 10, not 1. It should be 10 over here. Okay. So mantrayate, sometime mantrayati. In fact, mantrayate he's given correct because amantrayata, that form is atmanipadi form which has been used. Okay. Now, so that's good. So we'll use this dictionary more. It's very convenient, but of course this case unfortunately found a typo. But otherwise, it's a very good resource to use. So we made the form mantri, which is the new. So in this case we are using 3125 only we used, because 3125 is used when the dhatu is in Churadi gana. We use 3125. And then we form mantri, which is a dhatu sanya by 3132. Gives the dhatu sanya. So I'm sorry, dhatu sanya. As I said, we need that. Always remember that we need a dhatu sanya before we can use any of these sutras from the dhato adhikara. Okay, and now we should go back to this ni mantri we had to use now. So take this mantri down here. So and remember, the kartari shap is a default for all ganas, all dhatus I should say. Only in the other ganas besides bhavadi it gets overruled. But if for all the derived dhatus, you get only the you'll only get the kartari shap only. Won't be overruled anything. So we shouldn't say that the shap is for the first gana. Other ganas have their own gana vikaranam, but really the shap is a default for all dhatus. And only in the remaining ganas it gets overruled, kartari of course, by of course their own gana vikaranams. Now we got the adagamaha, we got this. Of course, first step should have been mantri plus lang. Halantyam upadeshaduna nasikait lasya. Lasya being the appropriate tiptaji. In this case, the karta is janakaha, is the prathama purusha, ekavachanam, so pratyaya should be ta. And because the ta has a sanya of sarvadhatuka sanya, because of tingshit sarvadhatu, then only shap can come in by kartari shap. So really I should not be putting shap like that, but I'm assuming that all of us know now that we've done this many times, that is the right prakriya kramaha. So shap and then pratyaya ta. And now what happens is that in the shap, of course, we have to remove the it letters by lashakvatadjite halantyam, and only akara eva avashishyate, so only akaraha. And now the shap does the guna for the e of the niche. It's the same form like achorayata. This is exactly what we are doing, nothing special. So the e will take guna and it will become mantre, and then we'll go to echo yava yavaha, become mantraya. So when we do so let me just put it down to the next step, which is do the sarvadhatuka ardhatuka yoho gunaha, followed by echo yava yavaha, and that will give us. So what we do is that. So let me put this as O only now, and let me make it mantrai. That's a two-step process, which is sarvadhatuka ardhatuka yo gunaha ekaraha tat paschat echo yava yavaha iti ai adeshaha. Put the numbers here, which is 7384, followed by 6178 echo yava yavaha. So and then between ni and na, of course, will be yan sandhi nya mantra ya ta, right form. The one thing which I want to mention to you is this aya which is coming over here, aya, which is between this, is because of the guna of the niche, followed by echo yava yavaha. So this process which is there, this is what gives the form that aya. And like for example, mohayasiva me. In Gita we have the form 3rd chapter 1st shloka itself, right? Arjuna vacha jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janadana tat kim karmani ghore vaam niyojesi, 2nd shloka, I'm sorry, niyojesi keshava vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasi vame. So mohayasi. So moha, you see the moment you see the form aya, in the tinganta form, just simple, remove the simple rule. You see aya in the tinganta form, start looking for the possibility of nichanta. Most of the time, it will be nich there. Nich will be the form. So the simple thing is that. So I'm talking about Gita second shloka. So mohayasi. So mohayasi, clearly you can see the pratyaya sip, and you can see the aya over here. This aya. So that is because of the sarvadhataka ardhatako yoha gunaha. So and then followed by echo yavayavaha. Anuji has just joined us. Thank you, Anuji, for that correction. Let me ask Anuji if I had the right number. Anuji?
Namaste, Satishji. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. So did I mention the wrong sutra or only the wrong number last time? What was the wrong last time?
Oh, just a number.
Okay, but I gave the right sutra, Vera Pruktasya, right?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure. That, okay, so number only was on. Thank you.
Right.
Glad somebody is listening and checking the numbers. So I think I was you there. The 6166, by the way, is Lopo Vyor Vali.
Lopo Vyor Vali.
And 6167, Vera Pruktasya. That's part. Like, in fact, Anuvritti of Lopa comes from 6166. So thanks to Anuji, we made the correction. This is again going back to last time. I think some people joined late. So here in the last class, I had put 6166, should be 6167. So please correct that. Okay, now, okay, 6178. Okay, so watch out for the aya. And then once you know Nijanta form, you'll be able to do the prakriya. Again, look at the ending, nyamantrayata, the ta ending. There's no other way you can get that. There's only one ending, the ta, ata, amjha. So it will be just to show in a very easy form to decipher. So if you can decipher these easy forms and then get the whole prakriya down, that'll be nice for practice. So nyamantrayata lang lakaraha prathama purushasya ekavachana ekavachane rupam, singular form in the third person. So nyamantrayata. So simple sentence is that saha maithilaha tam rishim vishwamitram nyamantrayata. So even though Raghuvamsham Kavya might be a little bit, krishtam, a little bit difficult, but these simple parts you can take. There's also one more trick you can use, by the way. Even though the text might be hard, even like Mahabhashyam or Siddhanta Kaumudi, Bolani, take the small pieces, underline them, whatever, highlight them, make sure you got them clear, easy. Next time when you come, you will get some more small pieces, another 5% or 2%. That way, and then there'll come a time when you say, oh, now I got most of it, I can pretty much got it in practice. And of course, there'll always be like maybe 5-10%, which you will not get. Leave it. You might come back someday, you might be able to decipher that, or of course you can ask questions. So it's a simple sentence. Is saha tam rishim nyamantrayata. Simple, very simple thing. And of course, the saha janakaha has two adjectives. Now these you may not get, may not understand. If you don't understand, leave it. Don't worry about it. If you don't understand all these Puranas and Itihasas, they have so many adjectives, hundreds of them, thousands. And if all of them if you don't get, it's okay. You got the main gist of the sentence. That Janaka invited Vishwamitra. That much you got. You may not understand all the poetic, adjectives and all that. For that, we can go to the Tika. So first is Maithilaha. We looked at this one last time itself. And so he says the Mithilayam Bhavaha Maithilaha. Sutram is Tatra Bhavaha. Tatra Bhava is Sutram. So this Bhavaha is Artha Nirdesha, which you should highlight. Understand that. What he's pointing out to is that the word Bhavaha, the moment you see in the Tika, that should in your mind give you the Sutram Tatra. Now you may not know this. It is okay. I think someday maybe we can go through the Tadita Prakaranam of Ashtadhyayi. Get only those sutras which give you this Artha Nirdesham, is the meaning. It means, which meaning it is coming in. And though only because the Tikakara will only mention those. Will almost never mention the sutra number or the name of sutram unless some kind of exception is there. So we should understand that. Okay, Tatra Bhavaha. Now there is interesting thing. There's also Sutram Tatra Jataha also. So these two sutras, the slight difference is that Tatra Bhavaha means that one who is found in that place, one who occurs, one who is present in that place. So Janaka Raja can be found in Mithila. He can be found there. Tatra Jata means he has to be born there. So he may not be born there, may be born there, doesn't matter. But the meaning is Tatra Bhavaha. This is why he is given. In fact, that's why Mallinatha wants to make sure we understand what meaning, exact meaning we are getting this Pratyaya. Tatra Bhavaha. And by the way, Mallinatha's commentaries are fantastic. There's no, I have said it before, that's why he has the prasiddhi that he has. So if you want to learn Vyakaranam, want to learn it well, want to learn the usage, want to learn the proper way to interpret a text, this is a great way to do it. We kind of jumped in the middle over here because in the beginning he would have given more detailed commentary also. So he has good commentaries, and of course I also like the Sridhari Tika on Bhagavad Gita is also fantastic. For those who want to learn how to read a Bhashyam, read a Tika, first thing you want to do, read the Sridhari Tika on the Bhagavad Gita. Very simple, straightforward, no extra, here and there. Once in a while, of course, he'll give one or two sentences just to clarify something. If you read those 18 chapters, explained by Sridhara Swami, you really understand how to read a Tika. And after that, of course, you can read anything. You can read this, Manasa can read that. So that should be your first thing, is try to remember as much Gita as you can. And then after that, read the Sridhari Tika. It's very nice. Because Shankar Bhashyamal, they go into a lot of discussions and this and that. You might get lost. But Sridhari is straightforward. And everything is really Shishta Sammatam. It is fantastic usage, no mistakes, no errors, no this, no that. It's because that's what you want to be reading, is what is Shishta Prayoga. That's what we need, So, okay. So, reading commentaries is very important because all these texts which are worth reading have commentaries on them. So, you have to really find the commentary and read that. So, when Gita Press translates something, they always bring all the commentaries. Then only they don't do anything. They do not do anything unless they can find the commentaries on that. So, Tatra Bhava, number is 4353. Tatra Bhavaha. And as I mentioned to you last class, we'll quickly go over that again, is that in one single sutram, Panini may not give all three things, which is which prakriti can take the pratyaha, what is the pratyaha, and kasmin artha, in what meaning it is coming. So 4353, all he says is, all Panini says, is tatra jataha, in that meaning, tatra bhava, tatra bhavaha, in that meaning this pratyaya can be used. What pratyaya are we using, and which prakriti can take this? See, there was no Vishesha Nirdesha was not done. This can come after any prakriti. As Panini did not say only this gana can take this pratyaha. He did not say that. So, as a general rule, they will all take their appropriate pratyaya. But which is the appropriate pratyaya coming down here? And that we have to go back to 4.1. If Panini has set some default pratyayas for some large sections of the Jitas. And one of them, very famous one, is Prag Divyato An. Prag Divyato An. And that is coming, the Panini starts the Tadita Prakranam from 4176, Tadita Aha. And below that, he has this sutram called Prag Divyato An, where he sets the default for everything up to, the word Divyat. Prag Divyato An. Here it is, 4183. So 4183 gives Prag Divyato An. So that An Pratyaya is coming all the way down to the word Divyat. The word Divyat is in 4.4, in your 4.4. So it is the word Tena Divyati, etc. So that is how we got the Pratyaya. So now for the Prakriya is very kind of straightforward. It's a difficult thing about Tadita is to find the right sutram, which will give the Pratyaya and what meaning. Once you get the Pratyaya, Prakriya is, Sulabha, Tatra Klesha Nasti. It's easy. As you will see now, when you do the word, did we do it last time already? We may have done it. We already did last year. It is Mithila plus An. So I should put this number here, which is the 53. And then we use Prag Divyato An, which is 4183. That's how we got that. And then, of course, we got the Bhasanya. First of all, you have to do Halantyam, Nakara Sitsanya, Tasya Lopaha. And then Yachibham iti Mithila Angasya Bhasanya. And then by this time, all of you should be familiar with these two sutras. 1417, 1418. 1417 says the moment you are a pratyaya in the suadi pratyaya, suadis go from 412 to end of 5.4. First thing you should do is that see if the angam gets the bhasanya or padasanya. It has to get one of these two because they are mutually exclusive, which is that the 4170 says swadishu sarvanamasthane. Swadishu asarvanamasthane. Default is padasanya. 4118 comes and says yachibham. So the pratyaya is yakaradi or rajadi. Angam gets bhasanya. And because we are in the akadara deka sanya adhikara, starts from 141. Therefore, only one sanya can remain. Yachibham will overrule padasanya when the pratyaya is yakaradi or rajadi. So that's how we get the bhasanya. So make this a habit. The moment you add any swadi pratyaya, which includes what? Which includes 412, of course, what we call the nominal declensions. Now, doesn't mean that there will always be a karyam, which will be coming with that, but you should know whether the angam has a padasanya or a bhasanya, or if it's one of these sarvanamassthanam, it will not have either one, padasanya or bhasanya it will not have. But sarvanamassthanam is only she sarvanamassthanam, napumsake, the nominative and accusative plurals, and in the masculine and feminine, it is sudanapumsakasya, sudanapumsakasya. So su out, just out. So those are the places when those pratyayas follow, the angam has neither bhasanya nor padasanya. Only when those follow, which is the pratyaya she, which is nominative and accusative plural, napumsake, and also su out, just out in the masculine and feminine because of sunapumsakasya, sud anapumsakasya. So when those follow, then there is no bhasanya or padasanya for the angam. But of course, that is only for the sutram 412 and only a part of that. The remaining, all of these, triyamadhikara. When you have any feminine affix, always check whether the angam has bhasanya or padasanya, what it has, Mostly get the bhasanya only, because all the three are only top and neep and patya like that. They are ajadis. And then, of course, main things the dittas. So not only this 412 which you use for the nominal declensions, but the entire triyamadhikara, as well as in the saddhita, always make it a habit. The moment you are pratyaya, does this angam get bhasanya or padasanya? If you get bhasanya, go to end of 6.4. From 64129 starts the bhasyadhikara. We check if there is any karyam there, and if it's a padasanya, go to 8116 onward. Padasyadhikara goes to 8354. In our case, we got the bhasanya because the pratyaya is it's ajaya pratyaya, and then we have to use the rule which is used many times, Bahuvaram Prayuktam Idam Sutram, Yascheti cha. Yasya means ivarnantasya avarnantasya cha. Bhasanyakasya angasya lopasyat tadite ikare cha pareya. Dite ikare cha pareya. Actually, what we can do is also, I hope that you have been going to the link, which is the Ashtadhyayi link, and practicing these vrittis which are there. Let's see if you can practice that. Let's see what it says. Try to understand the vrittis well. It's also a great way to learn Vyakaranam. Is see what the vritti says, see what it says, why it says, and try to assimilate that if possible. So let's go to 64148, which is Yascheti cha, and it's saying, let's see what comes up. Okay, Kashika vritti, ivarnantasya avarnantasya cha bhasya. Again, the angasya dikara. Ika is a typo here. This is a bad typo. Should be ikare, pare tadite cha, lopo bhavati. So that's what we had. So we got the mithil that the antya akara took lopaha, and then of course we add the at maithila. Okay, it is an adjective, and if you're talking about Sita, should be maithili, not because it's an adjective. Now, question for you, Karthik: how do you get maithili? Why not maithila? When you have maithila, we created that. And we go striyamadhikara. The first sutram is ajadya, the stop. So if she should become maithila, how should you be maithili?
Do we have any apavada for that? Like
Apavada for that. Tadeva pritchate maya. So let's see, that apavada is in 4.1.15. That's why I want to remember for next time. Is the 4.1.15 is a very important apavada, which is a nice.
Tidhanang. Yes.
Did to as in it, pratyaya dha and an. Tidhane. Tidhan, that an pratyaya is in there. So that 4.1.15 mentioned, and an is used a lot. So the moment you add a and, you have to use the pratyaya neep. Then also you have to again apply yachibham, yascheti cha, make it maithili. Maithili. Okay. So remember 4.1.15, important apavada for the ta pratyaya. Anything with ters in it, and then also this other pratyas, dha, an, ain, dvayas, saj, dadnach, matrach, tayap, thak, thai, kai, and varap. These. So these are taken. Most important is the ters in it, and also the an also is in there. Okay. Become maithili. So let's go back to the shloka and see what we have to get together. So maithilaha, janakaha. Who is that? Because maithil is an adjective. Who is that? Janakaha. He makes it clear for you. One more thing is this sambrita kratuho. What kind of samas is this, Karthik?
This is bahuvrihi.
Bahuvrihi, because the ending is a noun.
No.
And it has become an adjective. So as simple as that. The ending, the uttara padam, is not a visheshanam. So normally you have to break the tie between a bahuvrihi and tatpurushaha. This is how you do it. That is the ending, this uttara padam is not a visheshanam. Tathapi samasta padam visheshanam. So the entire samasa has become an adjective. So to do that, the way is a bahuvrihi. So, and of course, one more trademark which I mentioned many times is the nishthantam padam is purvam drishyate. It is the earlier member. Does it have to be bahuvri? But it's a good way because many of the bahuvris have this nishtha as the purva padam. So the vigraha vakya is like this: sankalpita samharaha. Sankalpita samharaha. Samhara means you're made of the preparations. Sambrita means made ready. To get ready. Bhru is to bear. Sambrita means like to prepare, kind of prepare. So sambrita kratuhu is one who had made all the preparations for yajna. Sankalpita samharaha. So it's qualifying janakaha again. Then tam vishwamitram, we already said that before. But again, look at how beautifully he does that. First of all, look at the way he has done it. Subject, object, verb. Subject, object, verb. Karta, karma, tingantam padam. Always have the rachana in your head. Who is the karta? What is the karma? And what is the tingantam padam? Even if it's passive, you say Ramena Vali Hataha. So Ramena is Tritiya, but he is still the karta. Vali was the one who was killed. So he is the karma, he will go second. So what a simple sentence he has done for us is Maithilaha equals Janakaha, Tam equals Vishwamitram, Namantayata Ahutama. Simple sentence. Learn to do Padanvaya. I mentioned in the class many times. Simplest thing you can do, even before you do anything else, you can just take Raghuvamsham, or you can take, Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam also, and take, just look at the Padacheda and Padanvaya. That itself is a lot. You can understand how to do just Padacheda and Padanvaya. Then that will be a first pass. In this shloka, all you will do is Samvrita Kratuhu, Maithilaha, Tam Yamantrayata. Vashi Saha Mithilam Rajan Tasya Tadhanushavanajam Kutuhalam Bibhratau Raghavau Api Ninaya. So the moment you read the shloka, come down to the commentary. Read the Padacheda and the Anvaya. Okay? And mostly you start getting the hang of it. You see what is going on. See what is going on. And try to identify the main elements in that. Which are adjectives? Which are the main items? For example, this entire clause over here, this Tadhanu Shavanajam Kutuhalam Bibhratau, this whole thing is only qualifying Raghavau. So there's no need to get too confused with this whole part right now. Because even if you skip that, this whole part is Tadhanu Shavanajam Kutuhalam Bibhratau. You're okay. Because simple sentence is Raghavau Api Ninaya. Vishwamitra also took them. So if you can do this part, it's better. Even if you cannot, okay, at least you got the Padacheda, Padanvaya. And if you can pick out some main parts, you got that one, which is a lot. And now it's a matter of practice. As you practice more and more and more, you'll be able to get advanced more like that. Okay, let's see. Nyamantrayata ahutavan. We did it last time. Look at this structure. The moment he Tikakara says a lang prayogaha, the paryaya shabda is going to be of the ktavatu. This lang and tavatu are similar meanings they have. They're all bhute. So they are going to be what? Aham. So you can say aham agacham, I went. Aham gatavan. This is paryaya vachakam. These are the two are equivalent meanings. So aham agacham, aham gatavan, athva gatavati if you're feminine. So you can start using these tavatu pratyaha. Of course, be careful, you have to decline it properly if you're feminine or masculine, whatever the case may be. And on the Tinganta side, of course, you have to do Tinganta Prakriya. Both are there. But both are, what he's telling you is that Nyamantrayata is the same meaning as Ahutavan. So you got two things from here, by the way. First of all, Dhatu Upasarga Ni plus Dhatu Mantra is the same meaning as Upasarga A plus Dhatu Ve. So Ave means Avahanam. So Avayati. So that is the this is the same meaning as the ni plus mantra. So this is how we will look at it, because this is what Vyakaranam will not tell you that. This is only a meaning part of it. You cannot get the meaning from Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam assumes you already know the meaning and it will derive the forms for you. But only from reading good text you will understand, and commentaries you will get the meaning. So ni plus mantra is the same meaning as a plus ve. Now a plus ve is what he's saying is a form that we should know, is more common form. You're replacing ni plus mantra with a plus ve, ahutavan. Simple things, but they add up. They add up over time. So you'll get more and more confidence to start speaking after that. So, and we did last time ahutavan, dhatu was ve. It took some prasaranam because of vachi, sapi, yajayinam, kiti. So here we got the pratyaya ktavatu, and the sutram is nishtha sutram, which is in the bhuti adhikare comes the sutram nishtha, and taktavatu nishtha defined in the first chapter. So this is how the word the ktavatu pratyaya can be used in the bhuta arthe. And because of kartri krit as a default, the ktavatu remains in kartri arthe. Kartri krit. Let's quickly go there. So 3 to 84 starts the bhuti adhikaraha, and in that you can see the dvishatatamam sutram nishtha. So nishtha. And nishtha is defined in the first chapter as taktavatu nishtha. And then what happens is by 3.4.67, the default is kartari krit. Only the pratyakta becomes passive by tayoreva pratyakta kalarthaha, which comes in 3.4.70. Only kta has been made into the into passive, but otherwise the ktavatu remains the default active. So taktavatu nishtha, by the way, is 1126. Taktavatu nishtha. So when you put all that together, then we can use this make this usage of ahutavan. So one more time, 3.4.67 is kartari krit, default for all krit pratyas. And so it will include ta and tavatu to begin with, but then what happened was 3.4.70 made the ta pratyaya as only passive. So tavatu remains active. So that's why we call it past active participle. It is past because in the bhuti adhikare pachyate. It is active because of kartari krit, and it's participle because it's in the krit adhikaraha, kritating adhikaraha. That's how we get the name past active participle, because of 3.2.102, 3.4.67, and also the adhikara of kritating. So generally in English we call participles as krit pratyayas, kritating. So this is in that adhikara. Kritating starts about 90, 91, 92, something like that. Kritating is 93, 3193. Okay. Maybe I'll put these numbers here. 3193. So before that I should put here 3193. Kritating, and then 32102 nishtha, and then kartari. Then I can put 1126 taktavatu nishtha, and then put 3467 kartari krit. Kartari krit is the active sense. So now we got the pratyaya in place. Now we see how the Ashtadhyayi works. The third chapter 3, 4, 5, only pratyaya is only put in place over there. That's all we have done so far. Is this pratyaya tavatu can be used in the bhutarthe kartari after dhatoho, following a dhatu. And once we've done that, then we go to chapter 6, 7, 8 and do the prakriya. So of course in tavatu we have the lashakvatadhite. So the ka is a nit, it will not do any. In fact, that's what it's going to do some prasaranam for us. Because the ka is a nit in the tavatu pratyaya. This we have put that here. The pratyaya is tavatu. Okay. Now in the tavatu pratyaya, the adi kakara is in hit by the shakvatadhite. The antya ukara is in hit by upadeshajuna nasika it. So Karthik, why is the u as an it over here?
I didn't get you, Satiji.
Ukara is the hit sanya. Why is ukara is used for what purpose?
Ugitacham sarvanamasthane adhatoho. We'll get the nakara.
Yes, you can get correct. Very good. That's the reason. So that ugitacham sarvanamasthane dhatoho, that will be used to give us the num agamaha also. So taktavatu. Good, very good. So you can, in fact, we can see this word. We're going to say the ahutavan. We like, Bhagavat become Bhagavan. Same thing. So ahutavat. But here, before we go there, when you create the pratipadikam itself, so anyway, after the it is removed, we get the word tavat. The pratyaya tavat, I should say. Pratyaya tavat. And then we use the 6115, which is vachi safi yajadinam kiti. The yajadis are the last 9 dhatus in vadis. Dhatu ve is in there, and so we get sampasaranam. The va becomes u. Igyan sampasaranam in place of yan. When you put the ik, that's called sampasaranam. And then when we do that, we get when we had ve, so we get ha u a. And then between the u and the a, to avoid yan sandhi again, is the sutra which says sampasarana cha. So when you do sampasaranam, it kind of eats up the following vowel. It has to, otherwise go back to yan again. So between when you have ve, so we get only the va became u. So we have ha, u, a. And between the u and the a, we get the pura paryoha ekadesha is the pura rupam ekadesha. So only the u remains. So we got a, hu, tavat. And finally came 642, which said that, halaha. In the Angasya Adhikara, the very first sutra of Angasya Adhikara, the first rule says that if you have a angam which is ending in a sampasaranam, and it is preceded by a hal letter of the angam, in that case you get dirgha adesha. So here we got A642 is the very first sutra in Angasya Adhikara. Because prior we had sampasaranasya angasya halaha. So what do we have? We have hu. So that hu, the ending ukara is sampasaranam, because if we just did sampasaranam, we start with ve, where it hu. There's a hal preceding that. So hal is preceding that, which is of course the hakara in this case. The hal belongs to the angam, and the u is the end of the angam. So the dirgha adesha becomes ahuta, ahutavat, and decline like bhagavat. So we get the form ahutavan. Ahutavan. In ahutavan, where does the dirgham come from in that? How will we get ahutavan? The numagama we get by 7170, which is, okay, maybe I'll put it down here. Ahutavan, well, I should do today's class. I won't change last class and just do today's class. So like Bhagavat, decline like Bhagavat. So where is the dirgha adesha coming from? Upada dirgha. So kena sutrena vidiyate. By what sutram do we get the upada dirgha? Okay, Anuji has a copyright on this. Every time we come to dirgha adhikara, you have to pay her a fee.
6414, Satishji.
Okay, what does sutram say?
Atu as antasya.
Atvasantasya chadhato. So this that's what it says when you have a participle ending in atu or in us, and it's not of a dhatu, then the upada becomes dirgha adesha. So we ending in atu. So we had the pratyaktabatu. Atu is in there. So the upada becomes dirgha. So 6, 4, 14. So what I'll do is I just put these numbers here. So I put here 6, 4, 14. And I'm going to give all these adhikaras to all the students. Like Nagaraja has the adhikara sutra. I think Chvaucha, he has the copyright on that. Every time you go there, you have to pay him a fee for that. Okay. So ahutawan, ahutawan, we use the atvasantasya cha dhatoho, 6, 4, 14. We also use the 7, 1, 70 gudacham savanamasthane dhatoho. And of course, we're going to use the sanyogantasya lopaha, the tripadikaryam. And because that is asiddham in the eyes of nolopa prajapadikantasya, we cannot use 8 to 7 after that. Normally 8 to 7 says the nakara, prajapadika nakara, which is padantam, we should take lopaha. But in this case, we had ahutavant. The takara took lopaha by sanyogantasya lopaha, 6, 8 to 23. So we cannot go back to 8 to 7 and do nakar lopa. The same prakriya as bhagavat pratipadikam. We're going to practice this one. So we had ahutavat plus su, and that's what we did. So 8 to 23 is sanyogantasya lopaha. The takara takes lopaha. But that takara lopa is not seen by 8 to 7, which is the nolopa pratipadikam. So asiddhatvat, takara lopasya asiddhatvat, no lopo na bhavati. No doesn't happen. Okay, so let's continue. So let's see where we are. Now we got ahu tawan. Then vashi, no comment. Vasha is a control. So vashin pratipadikam, one who has control, like balin pratipadikam, one who has self-control. Vashi. Now what about dirgha here? Again, we have to go to anuja adhikaraha, because we need a to make this kwatikor sutram here. Vashin.
Sarvanamasthane cha sambuddho.
That's for numagama. I'm asking for dirgha. Vashin plus su. Like a word like yogi,
Is it
sannyasi.
saucha or
Saucha, very good. Saucha. Saucha is sutram. Saucha, which says that in han, ushan, aryaman, these pratipadikams, when you have the supratyaya following, then they take the upada dirgha again. The same vishaya is the same. I think it's coming a little bit later. Saucha is in fact that right before the one that we just used. Saucha. In han pushar yamnam shau. So we have the in and the pratipadikam vashin. Vashin. So it took the upada became vashin plus su, and of course in the su the ooze and it by upadesha juna nasika it. The sakara takes lopaha by 6,168. Halniyabhyo dhiga suti siyapuktam hal. So basically, if you have pratipadikam ending in a hal, then the aprukta sakara of su takes lopaha. Then when you go to tripadi, we're going to get the no lopa pratipadikantastya 8 to 7. That's how you get the word vashi 8 to 7. I think these are very common things. I won't put in a document. It slows down. So same as in sannyasi or bali or yogi, it's the same. You have to balin pratipadikam, sannyasin pratipadikam, yogin pratipadikam. Vashi, no commentary, straightforward. Saha again is a pronoun. Yes, he always clarifies which noun is behind it. Very beautifully done. Make this a habit. Let's learn from Malina sir to identify which noun is behind a pronoun. Always. I mentioned this many times, but please try to follow that. Saha munihi vishwamitraha. Mithilam is dvitiya ekavachanam. Immediately stop. Ask the question. So what is the ashraya for that? So dvitiyayaha ashraya kutra asti. Where is the support for dvitiya? Dvitiya cannot have swatantriyam. It will not have swatantriyam. It depends on somebody. So immediately stop. When you see dvitiya, see what is the support. You cannot say Narayanam. You say Narayanaha. That's okay. Narayanaha asti vartate vidyate, you can say that. You say Narayanam, you have to say Narayanam bhajami, pashyami, pujayami, whatever you want to say. Mithilam immediately comes the next Vrajan. So going to Mithila, Mithilam Vrajan. Mithila is a commentary on that. Janaka Nagari. Janakasya Nagari, simple. So Sugamaha, Shashita Purusha Samasaha. So Janaka Nagarim is the city of Janaka, Vrajan. Okay, now let's see. Question for you, Karthik, is that Mithilam is Dvitiya. So Dvitiya is by what sutram here?
Karmani Dvitiya?
Or Dvitiya. But now I'm going to play the Pura Paksha for you, which is what I want the class to understand. The Karmani Dvitiya is correct. That is the Utsargaha. That should be your first stop. So that is the Prathama Prayasaha should be, the first effort should be, see if you can use the Karmani Dvitiya. Definitely it is a Karma Sanya it has, but there is an Apavada for that. Which is what I want to point you to, is that the, okay, Karmani Dvitiya is 232. Karmani Dvitiya. So any karma, object of a verb, should take Dvitiya Bhakti, very simple. Ramaha Sitam Pashyati. Rama looks at Sita. Sitam is object of Pashya. Dhatu Drish. Dvitiya. Okay. But now, the reason I bring this up is that, let's look at 2365. 2365 is Sutram which says, Kartu Karmanoho Kriti. Kartu Karmanoho. So, which says that for the, something is used in the sense of the Karta or the Karma. Either one. And the Sambandha with the Krut Pratyaha. The Kriti. In relation to Krut Pratyaha. Then you have to go back to Shashti. Not because Anuvrutti of Shashti is coming from 2350. Now we are stuck in a bad position. Sankatam Sanjatam. Because we have this, what is Sambandha with Mithilam? Vrajan, Mithilam Vrajan, Mithilam Vrajan. So Vrajan is a Krut Pratyaha. Because the Pratyaya is, what Pratyaya is there, Karthik, in Vrajan?
It's
Question, shouldn't one?
question. Yeah. Shatru Pratyaya.
Shatru Pratyaya. Shatru Pratyaya is by what rule?
Lata Shatrushana Chava Prathama Samanadhikarane.
And that is the adhikara to the thing. So what Karthik just told us is that by 32124, we have the Vidhanam in place of Lat. Panini says you can use the Shatru Pratyaya, and that is 32123 is, I think, Vartamane Lat. 124, Lata Shatrushana Chava Prathama Samanadhikarane. So Shatru and Shanach can be used. The typo in the Sutram, please make the correction. It should be Shanach. So Shatru and Shanach can be used in place of Lat. Important thing for right now is that this is in the Kriting Adhikara. Krid Ating Adhikaraha. So Shanach and Shatru both are Krit Pratyayas. So now that being the case, only thing, one more quick note for you is that Prathama Samadhikarane, what Panini says. But right now we do have Prathama Samadhikarane. So Vrajan is the Prathama Ekavachanam, the Visheshanam for Muni Vishwamitraha. Then Katham Prathama Samadhikarane Shatru Pratyaha Prayujyate. How can we use it? Prathama Samadhikarane. Okay. So what the quick reasoning for that is that Pray Sutram Vartamane Lat. So Lat iti anuvartate. Tathapi Lataha iti uktam Panina. So that is what, even though Lat Anurti was coming down, Panini again says Lataha. So that they take as a Nyapakaha, an indication that they can be an Atidesha, they can be an extension of this sutram sometimes. So Kvachit Prathama Samadhikarane api Nataha Shatru Atva Shanach Adesha Bhavati iti Vijñayate. So by repeating the word Lat in this sutram, that creates a justification by using the Shatru or Shanach in Prathama Samadhikarane. So that's the Vyakhyanam is given on that. To be very honest with you, this sounded a bit strange to me. But anyway, I guess Panini had some reason to say Aprathama Samadhikarane. But when you want to justify Prathama Sambandhikarane, you have to use the this Vyakhyanam, or you have to try to fit in one of these sutras down here. If you can do that, then also you may be able to justify that. Okay. Okay, so that could be another way of maybe doing that. Now, the question coming back to our main question is how can we escape the Shashti now? Because 2365 is telling us that Kartu Karmanoha Kriti, which sutra which I want all of you to make a note of. This Karmani Dvitiya is the Utsarga, but Kartu Karmanoha Kriti. The moment in Krut Pratyaya you have, the Karta and the Karma have to take Shashti now. So what should have been the form then? In that case, the form would have been, it would have been the Mithilayaha Vrajan. Mithilayaha Vrajan. So then, then now that we will get the wrong form. But then, so Karthik, you answer to this, any chance?
Is it because of the Gatyartha or something like that? I don't know the...
Gatyartha only makes it the Kartari for the Kta Pratyaya. We have Rajan, we have Shatru Pratyaya. So we can see below the sutta must be some apavada for that. So apavadasya apavadaha. And that is the 2, 3, like badakasya badakam. So we had one bada, but then we have to like counter exception, what they call English. So 2369 says, Na loka vyaya nishtha kalatha tunam. So la u ukha. So any la adesha. So this adesha was made in place of let we made a shatru adesha. So then if that happens, shashti na bhavati. Shashti doesn't happen. So any avyaya, for example, if you do aham gramam gantum ichhami, so gramam gantum. You don't say gramasya gantum, even though pratyatuman krut pratyaya. So by the sutram katyakarmana kriti, shashti should have been used. But because of this sutram 2369 is a very important apavadaha for the 2365. This is a 3-step process you come to justify Dvitiya in Mithilam. Very common sequence, because Karmani Dvitiya is correct, but that's a starting point. If you know 2365, which you should know, then you have to look for a sutram which will stop 2365. That's 2367. Nalokamyaya nishtha kalartha trunam. So that's a sequence. Please remember these two if you can, 2365, 2369, because they're very common. The moment you have Krut Pratyaya, Dvitiya is stopped, Shashti comes in place, and then you have to come to 2369 most of the time to justify that. So moving ahead, so Mithilam Vrajan, Tasya. Okay, now what is the Vyakhyanam coming from now? He's doing the Vyakhyanam on this Samasta Padam, Tad Dhanuho Shravanajam. Tad Dhanu Shravanajam. Okay. Now Shravanajam is any Vyakhyanam on Shravanajam. Let's see which ones does he choose to Vyakhyanam on. Which are the 4 padas here? Which are the parts? You have Tat, I should say Tad, then Dhanus, then Shravana, then Dhatu Jan is the Jan. So clearly by the fact that Dhatu Jan is hanging there at the end like that, and the word Ja cannot be used on its own, we tell you that the last part, Shravanajam, is a Upapada Samasa. Why did I say that? Because the Ja form depends on the Upapada being there, the Shravana or something, whatever. It cannot stand without that Upapada being there. That's what it's called, Upapada Samasa. So tasya swatantram nasti, uttarapadasya swatantram nasti. You cannot have independent use of Ja. So this part is clear. And tad dhanoho. Let's now see what does Malinatha give us. Let's see what he has to say. He says tasya dhanoho. So tasya janakasya. Now normally he would not bother to give this tasya dhanoho as vikravakya, but he wants to make sure we understand that tasya equals janakasya, not Vishwamitra anybody. Not Vishwamitra, because look at the context now. Because we had here Janaka invited, that Maithilaha Janakaha Saha. But then after that, Vrajan Vashi Vishwamitraha. So now the latest reference was to Vishwamitra. And then you're looking down to Tad Dhanuho. Whose Dhanu is that? I mean, of course, we know the story. We all know the story of Ramayana. But otherwise, this Tat is going with Janakaha, not with Vishwamitra, which is we all know from the story, but it has to be clarified who it is. Who it is. That's why he says that Mulinatha makes sure Tasya Janakasya. So Tad Dhanuho is simply Shashti Tatpurusha compound. Tad Dhanuho Tasya Dhanuho. So Janakasya Yad Dhanuho Tat Shravanajam. This whole thing is qualifying Kutuhalam. Kutuhalam is curiosity. Curiosity, which is born out of listening to, hearing about the bow of Janakaha. So Tadhanu Shavanajam. So Shavanam is, Shavana Jayate Shavanajam. Now, as I mentioned to you, this video has done this many times. There's only one sutram which Panini uses, which Panini authorizes the Upapada Samasas. When you have any Samasta Padam, you have to find one sutram in 2.1 or 2.2, Samasa Vidayaka Sutram. No Samasa can be composed unless you find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2. In that, from 2.1.2.2 up to 2.2.2.2, Tatpurusha compounds. Towards the very end of that section, you will find the what's called Nitya Samasas. The Samasas which don't have a Sapada Vigraha Vakyam. And in that section, will you find the sutram Upapadam Ating. Upapadam Ating. Upapadam Ating. But that just tells you if you have a qualified Upapadam, it can compound with another word. So Samarthena Shabdantarena Stamasyate. So which it can qualify as a related word, as long as not creating a Tingantam Padam. Tingantam can be created, but if you have, but then the question comes, which Upapadas are qualified to combine what kind of Shabdas to create this. So that topic is taken up in in the third chapter. Panini says Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham. Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham. So then he's going to tell us which Upapadas are there which get the Upapada Sanya. And so what he's saying in this Tatra means Asmin Tritiya Dhatu Adhikare. So because this Dhatu Adhikara was started afresh, even though Dhatu iti anuvartate, Dhatu iti anuvartate, Anurti is coming out, Dhatu was coming down. Still Pani says Dhatu again, because he wants these 2-3 sutras here to apply only for this Dhatu Adhikara, which is Tatropadam Saptamistham, and to the thing Vasarupostriyam. All these are coming down in this Dhatu Adhikara. That's why Panini repeated the word Dhatoho, so that he can make these rules apply only for this third Adhikara. So that's how we are going to now look for. This is the what is Saptami Stham? Saptami indicated by the Saptami, not any Saptami. It should be a Saptami which otherwise don't have the regular meaning. We say Vartamane Lat, Vartamane Saptami doesn't mean that Vartamana is a Upada. So it's not a regular meaning. And as I mentioned to you many times, you go to 3.2. Beginning of 3.2 is where you find most of these from 3.1 to 3.100. Is a major section for that, which Panini starts with this Karmani. This Karmani is Saptami. So Karma doesn't mean that, not the word Karma, but any object, any Karma which has a Karma Sanya, that will qualify as an Upapada with right now any Dhatu, the Pratya will be An, like Kumbhakaraha. Kumbham Karoti to Kumbhakaraha. And so, and within that, the last part I think is for the Dhatu Jan. I think 3 to like 97, 96, 97. So that is, let's see, 96, 97, Saptamya Janirdaha. So when you have something in the Saptami Bhakti, that can take the, a Pratya Jan, and Panchamyam Jato. So it can be when Panchami is also there, like I think which we can use now, Shravana Jayate iti Shravana Jaha. Which is born out of hearing. That curiosity was born out of hearing about the bow that Janaka had. So Panchamyam Jatao. So there is no Jati Vachaka Shabda, Panchami is there, we use Pratya Da. Now so quickly if you do the Shravana plus Panchami, which is going to be Nyasi Pratyaya, if you want to do what is called as the Alaukika Vigraha, means a technical breakdown of the compound, Alaukika Vigraha. So we will do the Shra, Va, Shravana plus the Pratyaya is going to be Nyasi, Panchami. And then you're going to have the Dhatu Jan, and then you have Pratyaya Da. Okay, in the Pratyaya Da, what is the what is the Sanya Kartik?
Chutu, the
Chutu,
Dakara.
Chadi, Chavarga, Tavarga, so the Dakara is Sanya Bhavati. Only Akara Vashishyate. So why is the Da as an It over here, Kartik?
Tehe Lopaha.
Tehe Lopaha. Tehe Lopaha. And the Tehe actually in the Bhasya Dikaraha, because it's in the Tehe is 64143. It's in the Yachi, not Yachivam, but Bhasya Dikara, which is start from 64129. So we just went through in the beginning, in the early part of the class. Bhasya Bhadikara only, Bhasanya only comes Swadishu. We don't have that right now. Swadishu only starts from 412. Right now we're using 32 something. So we cannot use Bhasya Dikara. But then every tith has to have a prayojanam. So there is no Dakarasya annat prayojanam na sambhavati. That the does and it will have no other use except for this T lopaha. So then the Vyakhyanam on that says that Anubandha Karana Samarthyat Abhasyapi Ter lopaha. The fact that Panini is using does and it, that means he wants to do T lopaha. Even though Bhasanya is not there, you can do T lopaha. So see, we use 64143 and Achavantyadi T. Start from the last Ach and go to the end of the term. That's called the T bhagaha. The T bhaga of Jan is An. That will take lopaha. So what we will do is that we'll just put some numbers here. I think, what is that number? 3298, I think it was. 3298 was the Sutram Sapanchamyama Jato. Yeah, 3298. Let me put 3298 here. 3298, and then I want to just do the T lopaha. Of course, in the meanwhile, you get the Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho, the Nyasi will take lopaha. You cannot have a Sup Pratyaya remaining inside Pratipadikam. The entire Samasa gets the Pratipadika Sanya by Krit Tadita Samasascha. So when Samasa gets a Pratipadika Sanya, the general rule Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho 2471 is going to, the Nyasi is going to take lopaha. So what we then have is, we have Shra, Va, Na. Then we have only Ja, and then we have the Akara of the Shavarna Ja. So what we used is this, as Kartik said, 34143 Tehe, we used 2471, Nyasi Lopaha, Shavarna Ja. Now, no commentary on this Malinatha. We didn't say any comment, because this is a simple exercise we should be able to do on our own. Shavarna Jam itin tasya vyakhyanam nasti. Is no commentary on that. Because asmakam kartum shakyate, nyatum shakyate, anayasena nyatum shakyate. It can be easily understood. So as I said to you, if you want to keep your life simple in the beginning, you can only take those words. There's no commentary on that. Like kutuhalam, vashi, rajan, linaya, raghavau, api. So these are simple words. Understand only those in the beginning. That's also not bad. So, okay. Now, so we have Shakti Tat Purusha. Now, Kartik, between Tad Dhanu and Shavanajam, what kind of samasa is that? Tad Dhanu we got. Tasya Dhanu we got. Then we got Shavanajam also we got. But then what he said is that he said Tasya Yad Dhanu. Then Malinatha made Tat Shavanajam.
Tat Shavanajam will be.
So I'm asking about Tat Shavana. What it will be? Sorry, Shashita Purusha will work? Tasya Shravana?
Tasya Shravana. Here, but it will be hearing about, right? Tasya Shravana.
Oh, but what else can we use? You can supply, make it Shaka point, Tat Katha Shravanajam. If you really want to make it, you can Tat Katha Shravanajam, Tat Mahatmya Shravanajam. So you can Tasya Mahatmyam, then Tasya Shravanam. So you can supply something in between if you want to. If you want to clarify that. But I think Tasya Shravanam also might work, hearing about that. So the Shashti is a very flexible vibhakti. It also can be compounded pretty flexibly also. It can be used. That's why, again, no commentary on that. So he's probably suggesting to us that probably Shashti might probably work. That's just showing. So what you want to form first is tad dhanuhu, Shashita Purusha. Then tad dhanushaha shavanam, listening about that. So then we got tad dhanush shavanam actually. And finally use tad dhanush shavana and then do what we just did, which is the upada samasa. Okay. Qualifying kutuhalam. This is Dvitiya Bhakti again. So just like we had Mithilam Rajan back here, we have Kutuhalam Bibhratau Raghavau. Same construct. The same construct. So Vishwamitra was heading out to Mithila and Rama Lakshmana, they were bearing, they were carrying, or they were having, in English just having, those who were having curiosity, which was born out of, this hearing about the Janaka's bow. So Bibhratau is qualifying Raghavau, also Shatru Pratyaya. But it's declined as the Prathama, Dvitiya Dvivachanam over here. The Dvitiya Dvivachanam is the object of Ninaya. This is how the whole construct is, but see everything how it tags on to one another. Because simple sentence was Saha Munihi Raghavau Ninaya. Simple sentence. That he took the Rama Lakshmana. Then Raghavau has an adjective Bibhratau. Bibhratau has an object Kutuhalam. Kutuhalam has an adjective Tadhanushavanajam. This is the sequence. One more time. Is Munihi Saha Munihi Raghavau Ninaya. Bibhratau iti Raghavayoho Visheshanam. And Kutuhalam iti Bibhratau Padasya Karma. And then Tad Dhanushavanajam iti Kutuhala Padasya Visheshanam. This is how things add on. And we look at the verse, you think, oh my God, this Raghuvamsha is complicated, very complicated. If you just split it down, get the main parts, it'll remove that fear and the intensity of the whole thing. Take the simple parts first, then from there you build on what you can. So okay, Bibhratau. So what is dhatu here? Let me see. Go ahead, Karthik.
Is it Bhru?
Dhatu bhru. Okay, and then when you have Bhru Prashan, the simple short way of getting a Shatru Pratyaya is to take the Prathama Purusha Bahuvachana Rupam in Lat, remove the Ati or Anti and add the At. That's a simple short way of getting the Pratipadikam for the Shatru Pratyaya. One more time. If you add the word Gachanti, remove the Anti, add At, become Gachat. Why does this work? Because both the Shatru and the Pratyaji, they're Ajadi Pratyayas. Yes, they have the Sarvadhatuka Sanya, and they also are Apit Pratyayas. So, Anga Karyam Samanam Bhavati. Ji Pratyaya Pare, Shatru Pratyaya Pare Api. So, they are both have Sanya of Sarvadhatukam, Ting Shit Sarvadhatukam. The Pratyaya Ji is a Ting Pratyahara, and Shatru has a Talavya Sha as an It. So in either case, we get Ting Shit Sarvadhatukam. Anubandha Lope, when Ji becomes Anti Jyoantaha, it becomes Anti, and Shatru becomes Lashakvatabdite, and Upade Ajuna Nasik, it becomes At. So both of them are Ajadi, both of them are Sarvadhatuka Sanya, and there's no pause in it, either one of them, because then we can use Sarvadhatukam Apit, to become Nitvat. So when these three are common to all of these, both of these cases, and since the Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam Rupam is Prasiddham, well known to you, therefore you can simply take and just do it like that. If you know the form Bhavanti, means it will be Bhavat will be the Pratipadikam for when you have Shatru Pratyaya there. That's how it, and this can work in all ganas. Like Shunvanti, Shunvat. Doesn't have to be Bhuvadi Gana only. Shunvat, we can make it like that. So like even in Nijanta also, Karayanti, Karayat, make Karayat. So now what do we have over here? We have this form Bibhratau. So then we have the, now only thing is that the Joantaha Sutram, which I just told you, is the Utsargaha. This comes in 713. Joantaha is the Ja becomes Ant. Ja becomes Ant. But it is an Apavadaha. It says Adabhyastat. Ad Abhyastat. If the Angam has the Abhyasta Sanya, then you get becomes At and not Ant. And not Ant. So 714, it says Adabhyastat. So in Bibrat, okay, let's go to Gita. My favorite shloka for this one is Ya Nisha Sarabhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutan Sa Nisha Pashyato Mune. Ya Nisha Sarabhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutan Sa Nisha Pashyato Mune. Very famous shloka of Gita, which is Ya Nisha Sarabhutana, that which is night for everything else. So that which people are blind to something, he is awake to that. And people are awake to this Vishaya Bhoga, that is like night for him. So the Sanyami, like the word Vashi we have in the shloka. Which adhyaya is that? Ya Nisha Sarabhutana, Usha ji has joined us, Tangavili ji. Which adhyaya is that? Ya Nisha Sarabhutana, Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami, Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, Sa Nisha Pashyato Muneha. Second chapter. Second chapter, it's towards the end of second chapter. Should be about, second chapter has 72 shlokas. This would be about 68 or 9 or something. No, fourth chapter, Ushaji, no, Yanisha is in second chapter. Okay, Ushaji, since you said fourth chapter, can you give me an example of the Sutram Adabhyastat in the fourth chapter? She answered fourth chapter. Can you give an example of the fourth chapter? Apane juvvati pranam prane panandathapare. Juvvati. The juvvati is a plural form. Juvvati is a plural form. It is not, it means they offer oblations. Apane juvvati pranam. Okay, so let's go step by step. So first thing I point out to you is that Yani Shastra Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutan. The plural form. The plural form. So this, how is this a plural form? Because normally we see the pratyaya anti at the end. We don't have that. We don't have that. Then how did this become? And in the first half of the verse, we have a singular form, Jagarti. So you see that's an easy form because the dhatu is Jagru. It's in the second gana. So Shapluk takes place. We have Jagru plus the pratyaya tip. Jagru takes gana. Because Sarvadhatu Ardharika Yoho, the pratyaya tip has purs in it, nothing is stop guna, so it becomes Jagrati. So Jagrati form is straightforward, nothing special. Of course, Jagrati is second gana, we should know that. Otherwise, the form is straightforward. Now, in Jagrati, same dhatu Jagru, second gana again, Adipraprati Shapa Shapluk, Jagru plus G. Now, G should normally become Joantaha, should have become Jagranti. And how it became Jagrati. So there must be, there's Adabhyastat. Adabhyastat is the Sutram. But now the question is, where is the Abhyasta over here? You don't see an Abhyasta over here. Because normally Abhyasta is only, when you do the Abhyasa duplication and Ubhay Abhyastam, when you get the two together, is called Abhyastam. So now where is the Abhyasta over here? It's not there. So then what, any idea, Karthik? What do we do? Adabhyastat. Anybody in the class? I just said we have to use Adabhyastat to get the At Adesha for the Jakaraha. Atra, kutra asti Abhyastam atra? Where is the Abhyastam? I don't see any, because only Jagru only is there. Anybody in the class? Okay. Sutram is 616. Jakshatyadaya Shat. There is some dhatus, Jaksh, etc. There are 7 of them, which get the Abhyasta Sanya directly, without doing Abhyasa. So Jakshatyadaya Shat, Jaksh, etc. Jaksh and 6 more of them. In that, Jagri is on that list. That gets the Abhyasta Sanya without actually doing an Abhyasa. The direct Abhyasta Sanya it has. Now why, by the way, let me not lose the context. Why are we doing all this? Because we want to get the form Vibhratau. and this has abhyastam inside there. Okay, I'm trying to drive you to a connection in the Gita. We have the dhatu jagra, and also I want to take you to the 4th chapter of Gita. So if you know Gita Vyakaranam really well, all these things are straightforward after that, because you already you know the form jagrati. You know it's a plural form. You know it didn't become jagranti. Now in 4th chapter, it will form juvati. You know it's a plural form. Did not become juvanti. So already in your mind, you already know, I've seen the plural form where jo antaha does not work. In fact, how about that? Very first shloka. Dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, samaveta, yutsavaha, mamaka, pandavaschaiva, kimakurvata. Kimakurvata. It's a plural form. Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Now, how there is didn't we get? What's the Karthik? What's happening there?
Atmane padeshvanataha.
Next sutram, very good. Atmane padeshvanataha is adabhyastat Atmane padeshvanataha. So 715 says, if you have in Atmane padam form, if the angam is anataha, not ending in short then also the ja becomes at, does not become ant. Apavada for javantaha. So in Gita, you have at least 3 forms that we know. Akurvata, Jagrati, and Juvati. So there are these forms in Gita, at least 3 forms in Gita where the ja did not become ant, became ati. I'm going too far. Let's see. Brahma, Brahma, Havir, Brahma. Yes, apane juvati pranam, prane pan. Apane juvati pranam. He said this is a plural form, juvati pranam. Okay, so this, make a note of this. You should always make a note of this. Why not anti over here? Why ati? This is Sutram 714 adabhyasta. Of course, you can see the abhyasa, juhu, ati, juvati. Okay, okay, all right, juvati. Okay. Karthik, homework for you. In this form, Juvati, you have Juhu Ati. What is this Sandhi Karimu here? Can you quickly try? I'm digressing too far. I couldn't resist the temptation asking the question. So, Juhu Ati. What is Sandhi Karimu?
Looks like eco energy.
Eco energy. But rather I'm asking me something else.
Yeah.
Which was the next step after eco energy? That one you should know. Then I want to look for the 3rd step, which you may not know, but the 2nd step, just like we saw the 2, 3, 65, that one you should know apavada for the Kramani Ditya. Same thing here. Equality is
this one is Evo Yang
yes. Achishnu Dhatu Brahvam.
Achishnu Dhatu Brahvam.
Dhatu Brahvam, Yor Yang Vangao. So Dhatu's Ukara, Dhatu Ivarna or Uvarna, it does not go through this process of yan or anything else. It takes only the yang uvang adesh. But then what happened here then? You have ju, hu, ati. The first step was eco energy, 6177. The next step, by the way, you can remember very easily, remember the number of that, 6477. 6177 is eco energy 6177. 6477 is Achishnu Dhatu Brahvam Yor Yang Vangao. So Achi Shnu Dhatu Brahvam. So for the Pratigana Vikarnam Shnu and any Dhatu and the word, single word Bru Brahvam. The Bru also comes in Gita, by the way. Is that Bruvor Madhye. Pranama Avesh Samyaka chapter 5, I think towards the end, comes the Bruvoho in Gita. So that also is 6477. I'm sorry, digressing too much. But what is happening here, Karthik? Why will you not use Dhatu Brahma?
Hushnuvoho Sarvadhatuke.
Very good. Hushnuvo Sarvadhatuke. Single Dhatu Hu, if it is there. For by this Pratyam is Sarvadhatuka. Then you do the Yan Sandhi again. Hushnuvo Sarvadhatuke. Hushnuvo Sarvadhatuke. So what I want to point out is that this form Juvati, even though right now it's not a topic right now, since we saw that form, I would like to point out that you have to remember 6477 is the sutram which is Achishnu Dhatu Brahvam Yor Yongavangao. It would have become Juhuvati. Uva Juhuvati. But instead come Hushnuva Sarvadhatuke 6487. Anyway, So we have seen various forms in the Gita where the jo antaha is overruled by adabhyastat and also is overruled by the atmadepadeshvanataha. Right now we have the abhyasta. Abhyasta is what we have because we got a form bibhra. Bibhru is what we have. Next thing is that we have, if we want to get the form bibhratau. So what has happened if you want to look at the third person plural lang lakara form, we will have lat lakara form, sorry. We have had bibhrati. Bibhrati is just like jagrati and jagrati. We will have bibharti as a singular form and bibhrati as a plural form. Same kind of steps. Dhatu is bhru. Only thing, what is the abhyasa vishesha karyam here, Karthik? What's happening here? Because we have bhru when you do abhyasa. First of all, dhatu bhru is in the juhotyadi gana. There are very few dhatu in the juhotyadi gana. I think less than 20. Bhru is one of them. Juhotyadi gana, the gana vikranam is shluhu. Shlu. Shlu means a kind of special lopaha. Shluhu. Satyas luk shlu lupaha. And then when that shlu is done, you do abhyasa also, because sutram shlau. Very quickly, in the second chapter itself, Panini says that when you have a dhatu of the juhotyadi gana, means the juhoti means dhatu hu, etc. And then the shap takes a shlu elision. Shlu elision. So let me see if we can find that, because we have the adiprabhutibhya shlapaha is 2472. Juhotyadibhya shlu is 2475. And once the shlu comes over here and takes over the shap, now why Panini use the shlu specifically? Because it is the in the 6th chapter he is going to say shlau. When the shlu elision is done, the angam will take abhyasaha by shlau. That's why this shlu elision is used by Panini. But now when the dhatu is bhru, when you do abhyasa karyam, you get bhru, you should get the urat normally should have become bhar, bhru, then by uran raparaha haladi shesha, should become bha, bhru, then you can, in Tripadi you can do abhyasa charcha, become ba, bhru. We have b, bhru. Where did the ikara come from in abhyasa is my question. Because normally what you should have had is, by the way, the shlaucha sutram is, not shlaucha, shlau only, I'm sorry. Shlau is 6110, shlau. Okay. I think I mentioned to you a few times that these 4 sutras here, 618, 9, 10, 11, they tell you when to do abhyasa. In what situations abhyasa should be done in this language is 618, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now, the abhyasa karyam itself is in 7.4. And if you apply the samanya niyamaha, the regular rules, we should have had the abhyasa only as being ba, not as being b. Because the urat says in abhyasa, if you have a ru varna, it takes the akara adesha. We have dhatu bhru. So the ru will become uran raparaha, become bhar. Haladi shesha, a hal in abhyasa can remain only if it's the first member. So the ra will drop, refa will drop, we'll get bha. And then when we do abhyasa church in Tripadi, we'll get ba. But we don't have ba, we have b. What's the answer, Karthik?
Bhranyam, it's coming down below, I think. 7.
So there must be an apavada.
Yeah.
Bhranyamit. Bhranyamit. These 3 dhatus, bhru, etc. They take, in fact, let's look at it, 7, 4, 6. So there must be an apavada for that in the abhyasa karya bhage. Must be an apavada, adho bhage, below that, the apavada. So bhriyamit. Luckily, bhru is one of the first one, easy to find. So the first one of that. So 7476. Let's look at, see what the vritti of that is. Okay. 7476. Bhriyamit. And the ikara is the adesha which is done, alone gesture. So it becomes, that's how the ikara comes, bhriyamit. 7476 bhriyamit. Okay. Now, bhriyadinam trayanam abhyasasya ikaraisha bhavati shlau sati. Only when shlu is there, it causes abhyasa, you get the ikara. So bhriyamit. That explains this form bibhra, bibhra, bibhra. So we got b, bhr, and then we could have taken, if you take the pratyaya g, then we get bibhrati. Only do yan sandhi between bibhr and ati because of adabhyastat. Otherwise, we do shatru pratyaya, bibhr, and then at. Again, yan sandhi only. Because here we cannot use the achishtu dhatu bhruvam because only your yang vango, only the e varna or the u varna for dhatu become yang uvang, means iya, uva respectively. Not the ru. We have bibhr ending in ru. This will not be a subject of this will not come in the domain of the 6477. Because 6477 only applies for dhatu is fine, but only for the e varna and u varna. Here we have ru. So we have b, bhr, at, yan sandhi, bibhrat, bibhrat. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should put a couple of things down there. What should we put in document? What should we put, Karthik? What number should we put? What should we put here? So b, bhrat pradipadikam. Of course, we can start with our usual 3 to 124, Latashatra Chavatama Samadhikarane, and then we did the Abhyasakaram, so we had Gana Vikaranam, Shlu came in Shlu elision. What number was that? 2, 4.
Jyotyadibhya shluhus.
Bhriyamit is 7, 4, 76. Other one was 2, 4, 75. Okay,
75.
let's put these numbers down. So 2, 4, 75. We got the Shlu elision of the Shap pratyaya. Because 3 Shap came as default. Then because of Shlo, we did I think the 6, 1, 10.
10.
6, 1, 10, correct?
Yeah, 6, 1, 10.
And then after that, we did the Ikara in the Abhyasa Bhagaha. That was 7, 4, 76.
76.
And of course, then Adabhyas, no, we don't need Adabhyastat over here. That's only for G. So we just did the end. Of course, then finally, Yan Sandhi only.
6, 1, 77.
We do not know, we cannot use 6, 4, 77 because that's only for the E Varna and U Varna. So after all that, we got the form Bibhrat. Now, Bibhratau, okay. What's the exception in this form Bibhratau, Karthik? What's happening here? If you had Gachat, what would be the form?
Gacchantau.
Gacchantau. So, Num Agamaha Atuna Drishyate. Gudacham Sarvanama Sthaniya Dhatoho. Because what Pratyaya we are adding? We're putting out. Pratyaya we are adding is out because this is the Dvitiya Dvivachanam. This is the karma of the Ninaya. So then, why we not get? Because Sudana Pumsakasya, Sudana Pumsakasya, Sudana Pumsakasya. So Sut is Su, just out. That out gets Sarvanama Sthana Sanya. Not Napumsaka, we talk about Rama Lakshmana and Rama Lakshmana. So then we should have 7, 170 with the Sham Sarvanama Sthaniya Dhato. Let me try. Anuji should know that. Let me see Anuji. Yes, Anuji, any answer to this? Why no Numagama over here? Your mic is not working. Okay.
I said Nabhyastha Chatuhu.
Nabhyastha Chatuhu. Nabhyastha Chatuhu. Very good. Which is the 7, 170 was with the Sham Sarvanama Sthaniya Dhatoho. You know that Nabhyastha Chatuhu. Nabhyastha. If you have Abhyastanga, which you again do have, because Ubhay Abhyastam, but Abhyasta Sanya. But the Ubhay Abhyastam is 6.1. Ubhay Abhyastam is these two together, it's called Abhyastam. Ubhay Abhyastam. Puro Abhyasa, Ubhay Abhyastam. The Pura Bhaga, so in this case the B, that will be the Abhyasa Bhaga. And Ubhay means that the Bibhru, that will be the Abhyastam. So following that Anga Bibhru, the Abhyastat, no Abhyastat Chatuhu. The Pratyaya Shatru, that Chatuhu is Shashti Bhakti of Shatru. Abhyastat Chatuhu. It does not take the Numagamaha. So the Abhyasta Angam does not allow Numagamaha to come after that. I think this comes in the Rudram. This is Rudra Partha, and I think 9th Anuvakaha. Bibhrad Agahi. Bibhrad Agahi. So Bibhrad in the Rudram, if you chant Rudram, Bibhrad is the similar form is there in Rudram, Bibhrad. Only here we have the dual form, Dvivach, I mean the Dvitiya, in Shirudram we have the Prathama Ekvachanam Bibrat. So of course the more you read these texts, the more you chant, the more you can make connections to what you know. If you ever heard the Rudram, you can see where Bibrat is there, so you already know it's qualifying, of course, Rudra over there. So it will be Prathama Ekvachanam. Immediately in your mind, you already seen the Ikara in the Abhyasa, you have seen the Numagamasya Abhavaha api Drishtaha. You see Numagama is not there. Okay, Nabesta Chatu 7178. Stop 7170. 7178, stop 7170. I know we are going slow, but see, once you grasp these concepts, you can study on your own. In the class, you cannot do all shlokas, but whatever we do, if we do give you enough of understanding to read on your own, that's the whole idea. At some point, you can say, I can do this on my own now. Remaining parts I can fill up on my own. That is the point we want to get you to. 7170. So then I should put no 7170. Stops. Okay. So then, of course, we just add the O. So Numagama is not there. Become Bibhrataur. Bibhrataur and then Ninaya. Ninati we can just do verbally. Ninaya, the form. Raghava api. He took them also. Ninaya. Again, Ninaya Nitavan. In the lit lakara, he gives the same tavatu as a parjaya. They're all in the bhuti adhikara. Nitavan, he's saying it's a past tense form. So Nitavan is a past tense form. Nitavan is qualifying Vishwamitra Muni. Ninaya dhatu is ni. This is the lit lakara. Pratyaya is, let me see, can Vasu try some of this for us maybe? Vasu? You try, I think you did it last time for us, I think. Vasu?
Satishji?
Yeah, the dhatu ni, looking to get the form Ninaya. Pratyaya, lit pratyaya is being added, and this is the Prathama Purushasya Ekavachane Rupam, Ekavachanam Rupam. So now, ni plus lit when we do Harantyam, Upadesh Arjuna Nasikait. So we get the Lasya Tiptasji, we get ni plus tip. What's the next step? Any idea? So first thing he says, why not Kartari Shap? Karti, why not Kartari Shap over here?
Liti cha? Litcha. It's Ardha Dhatukam.
So the lit pratyaya gets the sanya of Ardha Dhatuka sanya. So Kartari Shap is only Sarva Dhatuke. So no Shabadaya na bhavanti. So we don't have Shap or Sapavadas. So only ni plus tip. And we just saw the sutram which gives the abhyasa, when to do abhyasaha. And the first one, 618, liti dhator anabhyasasya. Liti dhator anabhyasasya. So in lit lakaraha, the dhatu takes abhyasa only once. So it becomes ni. In abhyasi, you get rasvaha, sutram rasva in 7.4, around 7460-ish, or sutram which is say rasvaha. So the abhyasa bhage, it takes a rasva adesha. Becomes ni tip. In lit lakara, you get the yatha sankhya adesha bhavanti of what? The tip tasji becomes nal atus us. Nal atus us. Parasishpadanam nalatus us thalatus nalvamaha. I think it's 3482. So lit lakara, as I mentioned to you, only third person is important. The paroksha lit. So 99% only third person is used in the lit. So 3482 is nalatus us. Parasishpadanam nalatus us adeyaha. So the tip becomes nal halantyam chutu. Lakara sit sanya, nakara sit sanya, tayor lopaha jayate. So to take lopaha, only a remains. And because of that nurse and it, you do achor niti vriddhi. Achor niti. So we get in 72115, the ni becomes nai. Then echo yavayavaha ninaya. Okay, let's put some things in this. Same as like uvacha in Bhagavad Gita. So the same nal pratyaya there also, nal pratyaya here also. So ni, na, ya. So we can put the 618. First of all, we can put the sutram also That's Kartik. What's the number of that Litcha Sutram, Kartik? End of 3.4?
End of 3.4 would be 34115.
115 Litcha. So that's what stops Shap, etc. 6 1 you do Abhyasa Karyam. And what about Rasa? What number is that? 7460-ish?
7459.
59. So Raswaha. And then, of course, 3482. Naladeshaha. And then we do 72115, which is Acho Nyati. And 6178 is Echo Yavayava. So Ninaya, Nitavan, he led. So the sentence again becomes that Samrita Kratuhu Maithilaha Janakaha Vishwamitram Nyamantrayata Saha Vishwamitraha Vashi Vishwamitraha Munihi Mithila Mrajan, going to Mithila. He also took with him Ninaya Raghuvamsham, who were having this curiosity, Kutuhalam Bibhratau, which was born out of hearing about the bow of the Janaka's bow. Okay, Anuji has a this Anuji? So,
Can you hear me, Satyajit?
I can hear you now, yes. I think middle of I can hear you now again.
Okay. In Ninai, would we be the place of 1159?
I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me just go. This is wrong. Which one? 72115?
No, I mean, would we, that we use 1159, right? So that we don't do nai, we only do ninai. Right?
1159. What is 1159? The
Duir Achane or something.
Oh, Dirvachane Achi, yes.
Yeah.
Dirvachane Achi. Yeah, that's a good point. What Anuj is saying, Dirvachane Achi is that 1159. He says that when you have to do the Dirvachanam, you do the Abhyasa, when you do Abhyasaha, don't do an Ajyadeshaha when Abhyasa Kartavye. So when Abhyasa has to be done, an Ajyadesha has to be, because the point is coming is that what Anuj is making, this is a good point. What Anuj is making is that when we had ni plus null, at that point we have the one sutram is saying Acho Niti, and that one is end of 7.2, and then we have this Liti Dhaturanabhyasasya. Dhaturanabhyasasya is 618 to Abhyasa. Now of course the Parakaryam is the Acho Niti. Then one should argue that I should make the Nai, then make Nai like that. But what Panini says is that Dirvachane Achi. Dirvachane Achi means actually you can look in a couple of ways. Is when the Abhyasa is done, even though you may do the Ajyadeshaha, that original Aj will have a Sthanivat Bhava. So they have a Sthanivat Bhava. So even in Abhyasa when you do, only Ni only will go on Abhyasa. Dirvachane Achi. Siddhanta Kaumudi says that if you want to do Abhyasa, don't wait, do not do any Ajyadesha, so Dirvachane Kartavye, Ajyadesha na Kartavyaha. Do not do any Ajyadesha until you have finished the Abhyasa Kaya everything. Yes, that's a good point, thank you. So that is Dirvachane Achi. Otherwise you say, I'll make it Nai first and Nai will go on Abhyasa. The Nai will not go in Abhyasa because of the fact that the or Nai you can, if you say even you could make it Nai also, but none of that will happen. The Abhyasa of Ni only is done, not of anything else. Okay, let us see. Nagaraj, you ready?
I think so.
All right. Asmakam Adhikrita Anuvad Karaha. He is authorized translator. Okay. The king of Mithila.
Maithilaha.
Mithilayam Bhavaha Vyakyatam. King of Mithila, who had prepared for a sacrifice.
Samvrita Kratum. Samvrita Kratu.
Samvrita Sajjikrataha. It is prepared. Okay, invited.
Nimantrayata.
Yamantrayata.
Amantrayata. Niyamantrayata.
Correct. Him.
Tam.
Munim Vishwamitra. think and is understood. When, we leave that alone for time, is where the when comes from. The self-controlled.
Rajanvashi.
Only Vashi only.
Vashi.
Vashi.
Is Vashi.
Is self-controlled. Vasha, one who has Vasha control.
Vashi control.
And when he started, that is this one.
Rajan.
Rajan means going, heading out.
Yes.
For Mithila.
Mithilam.
Mithilam vision. So going there. He.
Saha.
Saha is there, correct. Saha. Took with him.
Vinaya.
Vinaya. The princess of the Raghu's family. So,
Raghuvamsham.
Raghava. I think Api should be here. I think
Raghuvamsham.
we should say he also took with him.
Okay.
That also should be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Who were filled with curiosity. I guess you have to take this this one. Curiosity
Kutuhalam.
and filled with means bearing, who were bearing, carrying. Vibhrato
Vibhrato kutuhalam.
means who was carrying or having the curiosity. On hearing about his bow.
Tadhvanu Shavarnajam.
Hearing about it, Dhanush Shavanajam. Okay, now can I ask you one sutram? Is that here when you have Saha plus Mithilam, should be like Namo Narayanaya.
Yeah.
Why did Saha not become so? Because normally when you have like, say, Namaha plus Narayanaya, it becomes Namo Narayanaya.
Yes.
We have the Akara preceding here, and we have a Hash letter falling, should get Hashicha, Ukara and all that. Why does it not happen here? Yeah, go ahead. You take a chance? Go.
No, I've forgotten that one. I know Hashi, but I forgot.
The Asia and Sahara, they behave differently.
Yeah.
The Salopa takes when any hull follows. Not when, because see, Bhobo Purvasya Yoshi is only when Ash follows.
Right.
Then, of course, when the short are preceding, you're going to get the Hashicha Sutra. It will become Ukara. So, that all is start by what Sutram? Kartik?
Etattadoho sulopo akoranan samase hali.
Very good. So, remember the Sutram, very, very used almost every other sentence. Sutram, it was 64140-ish. 61, I'm sorry. 61, Etattadoho. 132. Etattadoho is etad and tad. They take, following that, the sulopaha. The pratyaya su takes lopaha. Akoho, don't worry about that. When you don't have the curve with it. Anyang samase. We don't have samasas, we don't need that also. Hali. Important is hali. Etattadoho sulopo hali. So this sulopa takes by any hal follows. This is sapashyati. Gita, right? It should have become safpashyati, become sapashyati. That is the reason. Okay, so I think we've done enough Vyakaranam for one sloka. Let's go to the next one, see if we can start it up today, and then we'll give some homework. Taishiveshu vasatirgatadvabhi sayam ashramatarusvagriyata yeshu dirgatapasaha parigraho vasava kshanakalatratāyayau. One more time. Always read slowly, loudly. That itself is enough to learn the whole language. To read loudly, slowly, one letter at a time, you will understand the whole language eventually. There's no excuse not to know this language. That's the way it is, Taishiveshu vasatirgatadvabhi sayam ashramatarashvagriyata yeshu dirgatapasah parigraho vasavakshanakalatratāyayau. Of course, you might say, well, okay, you already know the words, so for you reading is easy. It doesn't matter, even if you don't know the words. Sayam ashramatarashvagriyata. You don't know any word, nothing you know. all you know the E, only Varnamala is all you know. That itself is enough to learn, because slowly, you learn everything slowly. You can read anything you can read. No matter how hard the text is, it has to have the same letters. You know the script anyway. So, but it requires, it won't happen on day one. But it will happen. Every time you read, you will get something. And non-Vedic. Vedas is different. We lost touch with the Vedas now. That's different. But unless you read Bhashyam, it's difficult. But this one, you can do it. Okay? Padacheda. You want to Padacheda first, Karthik? Let's try Padacheda. Oh.
Taihi Shiveshu Vasatihi
Correct?
Gatadvabhihi
Correct?
Sayam
Sayam.
Ashramatharushu Agrihyata Yeshu Dirghatapasaha Parigraha Vasavakshana Kalatratam Yayau.
Okay. So what is the Tingantam Padam? Which are the Tingantam Padam here?
Agrihyata is one.
Agrihyata is one. And another one?
I think that's the only one.
Last one, Yayau.
Yayau. Yayau.
Yayau. Now, do we have two sentences or one sentence here? You have two verbs. So, ekating vakyam. So, what's happening is one of them is in the relative clause. So, yeshu, ahilya, indra kaltatam yayau, teshu ashramatharushu, taihi vasatihi agriyata. So, we have a clause there. In the clause, there is the word yayau. So, yes, if you have a relative clause, that will also have a Tingantam Padam. It's not really two sentences. We have one sentence and one clause. It's dependent. Why dependent? Because it's Yeshu. So Yeshu Dirgatapasa Parigraha Kratsatam Yayau Teshu Tarushu. That's the connection. The main sentence is the top one, which is Taihi Vishwamitra Adibhi Vasatihi Agriyata. Vasatihi means residence was taken up. Agriyata. Okay, let's decipher some form. Agriyata. What form is that, Karthik?
Lang.
Lang lakara form. Because you have the adagamaha. It says lung shvardataha. Lung shvardataha. What is the dhatu?
Grh.
Dhatu is grah.
Grah.
Grah dhatu, repa, grah.
And we have yak also.
You have yak because sarvadhat yak. This is because this is in the karmani artha. Vasatihi agriyata. Residence was taken up by them. So this is the karma has become abheta. The connection of agriyata is with vasatihi and not with taihi, because it's a passive construct. So the karma will dictate now how the Tingantam will behave. Agriyata is ekavachanam. It is Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. Because of Vasatihi is Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. Okay, Agriyata, ending of course you can see Ta Atam Ja, it's an Atmanepadi form, which essentially it cannot be Karmani unless you have Atmanepadam ending. So the 1, 3, 13 Bhava Karmanoho, if you're thinking something is Karmani or Bhave, it has to be having Atmanepadam. If it's not Atmanepadam, it cannot be passive. Simple rule. This one is the pratyaya is ta, which is an Atmanepadam pratyaya because tanganam Atmanepadam, so it is Atmanepadam. Agriyata. What is the scene over here?
Grahijya Samprasaranam by Grahijya by
Samprasaranam. Dhatu grah. You see the yana Samprasaranam in place of, there's only one yan in the dhatu, which is the repa. So repasya sthane rukara adesha drishyate. There is Samprasaranam. Samprasaranam is only 6, 1, 15, 16. 6, 1, 15, 6, 1, 16. There are only 20 dhatu in this language which take Samprasaranam as a general rule. There are some more below that, the 20 main ones. Within that, 6, 1, 15 gives 11 dhatus, Vachi, Sapi, and the 9 Yajadis. And 6, 1, 16 gives 9 of them. grahijya, ityadi, 9 of them are there. Very first dhatu in 6116 is dhatu, grah. That can take samsaram kiti and niti also, because sutra is niti cha. The 6115 can only take samsaram kiti. 6116 is kiti and niti. So this one pratyaya is ya, of course, paravadhatike yak. It has the ka as an it. Before we take samprasaranam, griya. So we get griya, of course, adagamaha, lung lang lang shvarudataha, 6471. So that's one. So we little bit fast, but we've done this many times now. So the form agriyata is agriyata. Okay, let's put some numbers down here. I think what's the confirm this Karthik? Lung lang lang shvarudata, 6471. 6471.
Just a second. 6471.
So we got the adagamaha, we got the yak pratyaha, we got the samprasaranam, and of course the moment you do samprasaranam, immediately do samprasaranacha. Otherwise you'll go back to the form that you had. Between only the ra becomes r, then you still have the akara to deal with. That becomes pura paryoho ekadeshaha is pura rupam. Becomes r only. Agriyata. Okay.
6167 is Vera Praktasya.
What are you trying to put? Aha, thank you. 3160. Sarvadhatike yak. Correct. The 61 is haunting me from last time. 6167. Adyapi badate ma'am. It's troubling me today also, that 6167. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we can take. I know we are running out of time. Agriyata. So vasatihi. Dhatu vas. This is unadi pratyaya. Unadi pratyaya vasatihi. Let's see the commentary on vasatihi. Sthanam. Vasati equals sthanam. Which Mulinatha says. So that means what is he saying? Vasati is not a very common word, maybe, it's not gruham or nivasaha. Vasatihi. So the vasatihi is, vasatihi is not a pratyaya tip or anything like that. It's like harivat shabdaha. Vasatihi. Which actually I don't know the lingam of that. I think it's pullinga, maybe stilinga also. But vasatihi is sthanam. Agriyata. Let's look at the Pradan way of Mulinatha. It says what? Gatadvabhihi. Taihi tribihi. So Taihi is saying tribihi. So Vishwamitra, Rama, Lakshmanaihi. So this, by those three of them. Sayam, no commentary. This Sayam is an avyayam. Sayam, I think dhatu might be sho antakarmani, to make an end. So Sayam is that which makes an end to the day. So dhatu sho, and then dhatu adesha saha. Then 6145 will do the adesh upadesha shiti. The sho will become sa. Then we probably have yuk agamaha. But anyway, finally this is an amvyayam now. It has come through this like vyavasayatmika buddhi ekhe gurunandana. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Vyavasayaha. Vyavasayam is resolution. Means you make a determination. Vyavasaya determination. Vyavasayaha. So this dhatu sho antakarmani. Sho buddhin shakara. Sho antakarmani. So sayam is coming from that only. So that means which makes an end to the day. Which is an avyam now. So sayam. Shiveshu equals ramyeshu. Ramyeshu. Shiva has a lot of meaning, of course. So make is mangaleshu. So which are auspicious, which are delightful. Delightful. Ramyeshu. Delightful. Qualifying tarushu. Ashrama tarushu is the Vikravakam is straightforward. Ashramasya tarushu. Athva ashramanam tarushu. Tasma na vyakhyatam. There's no commentary on that. Because it is simple Shashita Purusha compound. So among those delightful trees of the ashram, at nightfall, at the end of the day, the residence was taken up, like a, what should I say, camping for the night, was taken up by the three of them. They have an adjective now. Gatadvabihi. Advan Padipadikam. Look at the trademark of the Nishthantam Padam coming Purvam. Same three characteristics. We can look at the same characteristics, the Lakshanani, which is we have the Uttara Padam विशेषणं नास्ति अध्वन् परन्तु समस्तस्य पदस्य विशेषणता दृश्यते विशेषणत्वं दृश्यते is that the Uttarapadam was not an adjective, but the entire compound has become an adjective. The way that happens is through Bahuvri compound. And one more thing to confirm is you can see the Nishtha is the Pura, is the Nishthantapadam is Puram. And that is because Sutram Nishtha, which we saw today in 3.2, is another Sutram Nishtha, the same Sutram, is also coming in 2.2. Panini says there's the Puru Nipataha. The Puru Nipataha. In the Bahuvri compound, Nishthantam Padam will become Purvam. So it's a very, very common compound, like Vigata Bhihi comes in Gita. Vigata Bhihi, one who is fearless. One from whom fear has departed. Sita Prajna, of course, we read many times. Nashta Samshayaha, one who has no doubt. That's not in Gita, I think. But anyway, so these are forms which are very, very common forms. So in a Bahuvri compound, the Nishtha will go first. This 236. Okay. So what will the Vigravakyam, Karthik? You want to make a Vigravakyam for us? Advan, I think, is a Pullinga Shabda. Adva, Advano, Advana, Advanam, Advano.
What does it mean? Adva?
Advan Margam, Margaha.
Oh,
The one who had traversed a distance.
Advani Gataha.
So you have to use the, you should be
Yeah.
Gata plus Su, Advan plus Su. So Gataha, Adva, Yayihite.
Yehite.
So by whom the distance was traversed, the road was kind of traveled. So it is because in a Bahuvri compound, remember Karthik, that you have only Su most of the time, or just it's only the Samadhikaranam. Only choice then you have is that, or you can say Gataha, Advanaha. That is a choice. It doesn't have to be, it can be just also. It can be Bahuvachanam. Which will be Prathama Vibhakti only in the Vigravakyam most of the time. There are only some samasa like, like when you say Pinakapanihi, Chandramaulihi. These are rare Bahuvris when you have Yadikaranam in Bahuvri compound. So when you say Chandramaulihi, Chandrasekharaha, you say Chandraha Maulau Yasyasaha, one who has the moon on his forehead. Pinakapanihi, also qualifying Lord Shiva, which is going to be Pinakadhanuhu Panau Yasyasaha. But those are rare, those are mostly Saptami and they are rare. Most of the time, it will be Samadhikaranam. So you only say Gata Su Advan Su, Athva Gata Au Advan Au, Athva Gata Jas Advan Jas. Prathama. You can say, and there is no Vyakshyatam, it has not been commented on. You can say Gataha Advanaha Yayihite. Because Gataha is a past participle, you can make it Yayihite. Okay, so those by whom some distance had been traversed, the road has been traveled by them at night time. And he says, Taihi Tribhi. So he tell you, who are they? Vishwamitra, Rama, Lakshmanaihi. By those three of them at night time and when the evening came on. Among the wonderful trees of the ashram, residence was taken up. The second sentence will continue next time now. Second sentence is that among Yeshu is ashrama tarushu. He's saying Yeshu is what? Qualifying what? He's saying ashrama tarushu. Among which trees of the ashram? Dirgha tapasaha. Dirgha tapas pratpadikam. Again a Bahuvri. Same logic. The tapas is not a Visheshanam. But he's telling us, the Tikakara is telling us, Dirgha tapasaha Gautamasya. Clearly it has a Visheshanatam over here. This is a Visheshanam. So then if tapas is not a Visheshanam, but Dirgha tapas became a Visheshanam, this must be Bahuvri. We will not do that. So, very simple. Vigravakyam quickly, Karthik.
So, Dirgham Tapaha, Dirgha Tapaha, yasya.
No, Dirgham Tapaha.
Dirgham
Tapas,
Tapaha.
Taposaka Pradipadikkam. Tapas, Tapasi, Tapasi. So, Dirgham Tapaha, Yasyasaha, Gautamaha. One whose austerity was, one who had performed austerity for a long time. Dirgham Tapaha, Yasyasaha. This is like Chandramas Pradipadikkam. Become Dirgha Tapaha. dirghatapaha, dirghatapaso, etc. So the same sutram atva santasya dhatoho will do dirgha in the sau. So become dirghatapa, chandramaha. Here we have shashti ekavacham, dirghatapasa, sadhanyas. And this is sambandha. So make the sambandha, which you already have done for us. Dirghatapasa parigraha. Now this is an interesting word, parigraha. Parigraha means like accepting. Graha is to take. Parigraha. So means to accept something, belonging. But here it has a technical meaning. It says patni. You should justify that term because patni is not a direct word of parigraha. So it says patni parijana adana moola shapaha parigraha iti amaraha. Amar and ahalya iti yavat. Simply means is ahalya. Who is the parigraha? Is patni is ahalya. Simply, yavat means just simply. Just means ahalya. Simply means simply ahalya. Iti yavat is a technical thing in commentaries. Iti yavat. They simplify the whole thing for you. Says dirgha tapasaha parigraha is simply ahalya. Simply. Just means that. Just this much. So get used to iti yavat. Get used to that in commentaries. If you want to skip all these things, just look at iti yavat. It says ahalya. As simple as that. So what is Amar Kosha says? Patni means a wife. Parijana, I think like your relatives and friends, people around you, Or adana is taking up, accepting, taking it. Dana is giving, adana is accepting. Then moola, the root of something, and shapa also curse. Parigraha iti amaraha, so the meaning. That completes the verse. And vasavasya indrasya. Vasava is indraha. And khanakalatratam yayau. He's also thinking Sanskritam is that you go to a particular state. Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 2. Klaibyam masmagama partha. Netatvayiva padyate. Klaibyam masmagamaha. Don't go to impotency. You will never say it in English. You say don't be impotent. He says don't go to impotency. Klaibyam masmagamaha. So if you can use Gita shloka and make your own sentences, So he says murkhatam masmagamaha. Don't be foolish. You can take a state. Say don't go to that state or go to that state. So this is that. So he says Kalatra is a wife. Interesting. It's a neuter participle mother. It means wife. It doesn't mean the wife is neuter. It means that only the word is neuter. It means the wife. So Kalatratam yayau means she had gone to the status of his wife. Means she became his wife. And Khanakalatratam, only momentarily. Khanakalatratam yayau. So only for a moment she became his wife. So we'll complete this next time. We'll think about the Vigraha Vakyam for this one. Khanakalatratam. We'll look at that. Maybe look at the footnote next time. There's only a part of it, I think. Okay. So, and we'll do translation next time. I think mostly this one is done, number 33. If you have any question, we'll take it next time. We'll be running out of time. So, Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Viyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rame Tirame Tirame Rame Manorame Sahasranamadattalyam Ramanama Varadane Shri Ramanama Varadana. Any questions? Okay. Manoj, we are okay?
Yeah, we are okay. Satyaji,
Recording?
yes, I am stopping. I just